To a great extent, healthy eating comes down to thinking ahead and meal prepping. If you have healthy stuff waiting for you in a fridge or freezer, it's easy to consume foods that you'll benefit from and not cave into sugary and/or processed meals. In today's video, we'll make this hearty multi-bean hummus with yeast-free no-starter sourdough bread for a quick brekkie snack or lunch. A simple soup that lasts for days in the fridge and is quick and easy to warm up. And finally, a super healthy veggie-filled sweet potato brownie for the moments you feel you need a sweet bite. Let's start with my multi-bean mushroom hummus. Take cooked soybeans. Check out my video on how to cook soybeans at home, black beans and chickpeas. Then soak dates or date paste for subtle sweetness. You can also discard if you prefer not to use dates. Sauteed mushrooms, cooked carrots, raw garlic or garlic powder, onion flakes or powder, dried basil, oregano and thyme, nutritional yeast, apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. I prefer the latter, I just didn't have any lemons when making the video, and tamari. Process until well combined. It may take some time. Scrape the sides whenever necessary and process again. What I love about this hummus is that you get so many things at the same time. There are veggies, mushrooms. Did you know that mushrooms are one of those things you should be having every day? Then herbs and 3 types of legumes. Now, if you made a hummus using only one kind of beans, you'd be eating only those beans until it's finished. Thus, the variety would suffer. But not with my hummus. Store the hummus in a sealed container in the fridge for up to 4 days. It's so yummy on homemade bread or a store-bought sourdough or pancakes, wraps, whatever you prefer. By the way, the bread is relatively easy to make. You simply soak raw buckwheat and quinoa, or only buckwheat, blend it with water, and ferment for 7 to 16 hours depending on the temperature. Look at those bubbles. Mix in salt and oregano and bake. Let it cool, slice up, and enjoy with my hummus. Store the bread in the fridge for up to a week or freeze the individual slices for months. Watch this video for more details. Moreover, I was looking for ways to lower the glycemic load of this bread and thought of adding some lentils. And it worked perfectly. I just needed to change the water quantity a bit. Stay tuned as I'll make a separate video on how to make this bread very soon. What's more is that by combining buckwheat and lentils, made the bread a complete protein food. Next, let's make a hearty and comforting soup. It will be so easy and convenient to heat up a bowlful for a quick lunch or dinner. I literally made this soup using what I had at home, so no special shopping or planning ahead. First, I soaked green lentils and red sorghum. You can also use white sorghum or any other grain you prefer. Drained and rinsed them and threw into a 5-liter pot along with bay leaves, chopped onion, carrot and celery, cubed butternut squash, and beetroot. Then added hot water, gave it a stir, and boiled for about 20 to 25 minutes until the sorghum was soft, stirring occasionally. Turned off the heat and added broccoli and crushed garlic. Stir them in. Next, some herba mare mix to taste. Mix it in, taste, and adjust if necessary. And finally, some coconut milk for creaminess. Make sure you indeed add broccoli after you've turned off the heat. Otherwise, you'll overcook it and it will taste awful and loses a lot of its nutritional value. To serve, adding wakame for daily iodine. As you can see, it soaks in a lot of water, like that. Some green onions or parsley or coriander, as you wish, and bon appetit. You can store it in the fridge for up to 5 days. Finally, let's make a truly healthy low glycemic and low fat brownie with hidden veggies. But first, Let's prepare date paste as we'll use it in the brownie recipe. It's as simple as soaking dates in filtered water, then blending it all smooth and storing in a jar in the fridge for up to a week. For more details, go to the blog post that I also link below. For the brownie, add to food processor, rolled oats and plant milk. Before adding the rest of the ingredients, let it soak for 5 to 10 minutes until you see that the oats have soaked most of the milk. Next, in go black beans, steamed sweet potato cubes, carob, cocoa and Himalayan salt, coconut flour, powdered erythritol or other preferred sweetener, and date paste. I use both erythritol and date paste to lower the glycemic load of the brownie, but benefit from the caramel taste of dates. You could also use only date paste, just adding a bit more of it. And then it's down to processing it into a smooth homogeneous batter, scraping the sides if necessary. Next, I line a square cake tin with parchment paper and scoop the batter into the tin, spreading it out evenly. And now the beautiful part, sprinkling on dark chocolate drops sweetened with xylitol. You may use any preferred dark chocolate drops or chopped regular dark chocolate. The quantity depends on how low fat you want this brownie to be. If you use 50 grams, then the fat percentage will be 23. Should you prefer it lower, decrease the amount of chocolate or discard it altogether. Bake at 175 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes and let cool before slicing. Cut into as many pieces as you like. Look at this chubby piece of brownie. You may eat it as is, with some plant milk, or add some of your preferred ice cream. It stores very well in sealed container in the fridge for about 5 days. You may also freeze the individual pieces and warm them up in microwave or regular oven. This is a perfect healthy low-fat snack or dessert ready in the fridge if you feel that you need one, so that you avoid grabbing something with adverse effects on your health. Also, it's very hearty and takes a while to properly chew your delicious bite. I must admit, I had the brownie for 2 weeks in a row every day when I created the recipe. It's that good. And my kid is obsessed with it as well. Thank you for watching. As always, send me your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.